So this video might seem a little bit disjointed. I'm adding this bit on at the beginning to tell you what I'm going to do. So I'd already filmed a video with this completed and empty blank, and I was going to leave it there, but I have filled it, as you can see. So at the end of the next little section, it carries on and I'll show you what I have put in this journal. It's unsophisticated. It's just a fancy scrapbook, really, full of photographs and scribbled notes. But if you're interested, it will be at the end of the next bit. So this is the finishing off video, just a short, mostly talky one this time. This is our finished book, and I just wanted to show you the difference. Do you remember I went through this one and I flattened each page? And if you don't do that, this is the difference. You get a sort of bulge out here. So it is worth going through your pages and just flattening them, either with your finger or a bone folder. That's really. So I would do that all the way through and back from the middle again. And that's our journal done and dusted, really. Now, I haven't done any stitching on the way in this one. I used to stitch everything all the time, and I quite often stitch the ones that I sell. I like stitching my journals, but I have found that these are flexible enough. If I want to put something on the edge of a page and stitch it, I can just hold it like that through my sewing machine. I couldn't stitch pockets on, but I usually stitch my pockets and then glue them in anyway. I prefer the look of that. Again, if I put pockets on here, I'd probably stitch them and glue them. I haven't put any ties on this. When I'm working in a journal for myself, I quite often either like just a wraparound tie or none at all. But you can put grommets in. Halfway down, and sari silk, and tie it that way. You could, before you put this fabric down, you could put some seam binding, glue that in, and then put the fabric on top, and then you've got your cords either end. So I probably will do a bit of work in this. I might or might not show it. I will try and show it, but I can't promise, because sometimes I'm in the mood for journaling myself, sometimes I'm not. I have made a couple of more along the way while I've been doing these. So this one is very similar. Lots of glue marks, just very as it is. This one I put an envelope in, folded envelope on both sides. So this is where or how you can use your, just snip the bottom off that. So I've got a pocket here and a pocket here. These I'm going to give away. If anybody's interested in owning one of these, just as they come, that's what you're going to get. Just leave me a comment down below, and I will do a draw for these in a week's time. So thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far and you know there's a giveaway, good luck if you want these. If not, thank you anyway, and I'll see you all again soon. Okay, so this is it full, and it does just about, I've just got a bit of ribbon to tie it with, which I'll show you at the end. But this is a very junky junk journal, and this is what I meant by the construction, really. So it's a simple construction. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I might at some stage put some beads or something on the back, a tassel, just so that it looks pretty sitting on my shelf, but it's quite pretty anyway, so I'm not too bothered. So inside, this is fabric glue, postcard I've just stuck down, and there's a couple of bits in there. As I say, it's very unglamorous, scribbled writing, photographs that I've written on, notes that I've made. I've just copied this from a book I was reading that I was enjoying bits of. This is the lyrics to Anthem, Leonard Cohen. Finished off here. You can't really read it there, but again, that doesn't bother me. A quote I liked. We're redesigning the garden at the moment, so this is a before picture. I left that as a flap. I can't remember now. I think I showed you how I did that as a pocket. Some old cuttings in there. This was a swap I did with Mrs. Cog. This was the actual day, a couple of days ago, or is it the day before yesterday? I went to see a friend, and I wanted to write about that visit. So that's actually just almost like a diary entry for that day. And again, it's just bits and bobs. This was 2015, I think. This is a letter from Wendy's Journal Adventure. We've done a few swaps, and this was a card. She'd popped in one. This, I cut off a birthday card and used it as a tuck spot. Some quotes. It's glued itself down again, just more photographs. And then Maastricht was a visit we did last year, so this was a couple of pages out of the brochure. I've just stapled that in. This I glued in. I think I explained that in the last video, the last section of this video. But if I didn't, it's just 2 pages out of that brochure hinged together so that we've got pockets and then glued into the gutter here. I've added this little envelope. I quite like envelope. I wanted to cover up the skeleton, the dissection. I don't mind it that much, but you know, I wanted to cover it up. And I often use envelopes in my journals when I want to put something really private in them. Leaving the image as it was. I'm leaving this because I like what's written on this page. This is our little granddaughter. I'm not supposed to share on social media, so don't say anything, anybody. This is another envelope. This I received from Britta. Most of you will probably know Britta. She's on Instagram, and I just loved that from the minute I saw it. I've since done a sort of swap with Britta, so I do have one of her journals and she has one of mine, so that's really cool. And then there's a bit more Maastricht here. That's that pocket with some bits and bobs in. This was the hanging over our door when we got back from the concert. I've cut the top off this hangy bit and just popped it on there. So that's my latest completed junk journal. I probably will tie this one with ribbon. Let's do it this way. Because it's going on the shelf, I'm going to have the bow at the front here. So I hope you enjoyed all of that, the little series. Any questions, just pop it in the comments. I do get around to my comments eventually. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.